Hello, good evening, Alexander, Pranav. Please confirm if I'm audible to both of you or not.
Good evening, sir. Yes, you're audible.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so we'll start our discussion with this question. Uh, as you already know that we are covering the death of partner. We have started this topic couple of lectures ago, wherein we already covered the question based on the calculation of the PSR, right, new profit sharing ratio, and then we also did the question based on the gaining and sacrificing ratio. Okay, and we did question number 8, 9, 10 in the previous class. In today's session, we will be talking about this question. We'll start with this question. We'll discuss few more similar questions just like this, and then we will, if time allows, then we will start with a new topic. Anyway, so first of all, this question, let's just read this question once. This question is saying that there are three partners. Virad, Vishad, Roma were partners in a firm sharing profit in the ratio of 5 is to 3 is to 2. Right. Their capital balances are given. Actually the balance sheet of the firm is given. Right. And the capital balances of the partners is also given. Virat's capital was 3 lakh and Vishad's was 2,50,000. Roma capital is 1,50,000. And then on the asset side, we can see there are building machinery, patent, stock, debtors, cash. And on the liability side, apart from the capital, we have reserve fund and the creditors. Okay. So question is saying that Virad died on 1st of October 2013. It was agreed between his executor and the remaining partner that goodwill of the firm to be valued at 2.5 years purchase. This is 2.5 years purchase. All right, 2.5 years purchase of average profit of the last 3 years. The average profit is also given as 1,50,000. Interest on capital to be provided at 10% per annum. Profit for the year 2013-14 is to be taken as having accrued at the same rate as that of the previous year, which was 1,50,000. Prepare Virat's capital account to be presented to his executor as on 1st of October 2013. All right, so basically this question requires us to prepare the Virat's capital, means the deceased partner's capital account. All right, so the main requirement of the question is clear. This question requiring us to to prepare the deceased partner's capital account. The partner who have died, we need to prepare the partner capital account for that person. Okay, so let's just start with the calculation. First of all,
Sir, I'm not able to see your screen, sir. I think because
you're not able to, sorry.
sir, I'm not able to see your screen clearly. Sir, I think
Anyone
my
else is
network
having the
is.
same problem? Anybody is not able to see my screen? Eamon, Eben, Alexander,
No, sir. I can see the screen.
you can see the screen. I think there's some problem with your network, Eben. Please check your connectivity.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so first of all, let's start with the Virat's capital account. Just a minute. So Virat's capital account. All right. So just a minute. All right. So first of all, in the Virat's capital account, we will write down the opening capital balance. Sorry, the the opening capital balance of the Virat that is already given in the question. As you can see in the balance sheet, Virat's capital is 3 lakh. So we can write that value in the partner's capital account, and we will write it as by balance B. This is the opening balance. So by balance BD. All right. Next. Now coming back to the question. Now let's read the adjustment one. It says goodwill of the firm is to be valued at 2.5 years purchase of the average profit for the last 3 years. The average profit of the firm is 1,50,000. All right, so we need to calculate the goodwill of the firm, and once we are done with the calculation of goodwill, then we need to determine the share of the Virat share in the goodwill of the firm. All right, so let's just first of all calculate the goodwill of the firm based on the given information. So see, for that purpose, I'll have to make an extra working note. Just a minute. Working note number 1. Calculation of goodwill. Of the firm. Goodwill of the firm is to be valued on the basis of the average profit of the firm, right? So we need to apply the average profit method. I'm sure everybody is able to recall the average profit method of the valuation of goodwill, right? Goodwill equals to, what is the formula for the valuation of goodwill by average profit method? Anybody? Please tell me quickly.
So average profit into
Average
number
profit
of years
Mhm.
purchase.
Correct. Average profit into number
multiplied
of
by
years.
years of purchase.
Correct. Number of
Number
years.
of years of
Number of years purchased. So average profit of the firm is already given as 1,50,000. And the number of year purchase is also given in the question. That is, we need to consider 2.5 years as the number of year purchase. So once we multiply 1,50,000 into 2.5, we will get 3,75,000. 3,75,000 as the value of the goodwill. But the goodwill of the firm need to be calculated till the period the deceased partner was participating in the act of the operations of the firm, right? See, the just a minute. The partner died on, let me check, 1st of October, right? So that means just a minute. Okay. So to determine the Virat share of capital, what we will do, Virat share of goodwill, sorry, share of goodwill total value of the goodwill is 3,75,000, right? 3,75,000. We will multiply this with the Virat share in the profit. Virat share profit sharing ratio into Virat share. So 3,75,000 into the profit sharing ratio was 5:3:2, right? So Virat share is 5 by 10. So 5 upon 10. So this will be 3,75,000 into 5 divided by 10, 1,87,500. 187,500. This is the share of goodwill for Virat, right? And since he is the deceased partner, right? So the share of goodwill need to be contributed by the gaining partners. That means the Vishal and the Roma, correct? There were three partners: Virat, Vishal, and Roma. So since Virat is the deceased partner, he is dying. So the remaining partners are the gaining partners. In that case, they will have to contribute, right? And they will be contributing in the gaining ratio. So we will have to determine their gaining ratio first of all. Just a minute. Let's calculate it. Let me also prepare extra working note for calculation of the gaining share. Working. Calculation of gaining share, right? So for the calculation of gaining share, what do? We will simply subtract the old share minus the new share. So new share minus the old share. What is the new share? Let me check. Question does not tell us about the new share. It only says that Virat died. So that means the Virat's share will be cancelled out, the strike off. So ultimately, the new sharing ratio will be 3:2. Earlier it was 5:3:2. Now it will be 3:2. So that means for Vishal and Roma, their new profit sharing ratio is 3 by 5 and 2 by 5. Their old profit sharing ratio was 3 by 10 and 2 by 10. So their profit sharing ratio will be same as their new profit sharing ratio. This will be 3:2. Gaining ratio will be 3:2. Now that means that Virat's share of goodwill has to be contributed by Vishal and Roma in the ratio of 3:2 in their gaining ratio. Right. So A will have to contribute I mean the Vishal will give how much? Vishal will be giving 187,500 into 3.5. Right. So 187 into 3 divided by 5, we will get 1,12,500. 1,12,500. And for Roma will give 1,87,500 into 2 by 5. Right. So 2 by 5, 187,500 into 2 by 5, that means 75,000. Got it, everyone? So this is the value that Vishal and Roma will have to contribute towards the share of goodwill of Virat. Now we can pass the general entry. General entry for this will be, anyone? Please tell me the general entry. Sorry?
Gaining share one.
Sorry?
So can you show the calculation of gaining share?
Yeah, sure. Just one. Yeah, this is how we calculate gaining share. See, whenever the new profit sharing ratio in the question is not given, then how do we find out the new PSR? To determine the new PSR, we just strike off the deceased partner share, and the remaining share will be considered as the new PSR, and the gaining and sacrificing ratio will also be same. In fact, the gaining ratio will also be same as the new PSR. So in this case, if the new PSR is 3:2, therefore the gaining ratio will also be 3:2. You don't have to show this calculation. Is it clear? Everybody, is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So this is the Vishal need to contribute 1,12,500 and Roma will be giving 75,000. That means Virat's capital account will be credited by 1,12,500 and 75,000. Right. So we can simply write these value into the capital account of Virat. Yes or no? We will be writing it in the Virat's capital account. We will write it as by Vishal. Vishal will be giving how much? 1,12,500. Right. 1,12,500. And Roma will also contribute. Roma account will be credited. Virat's capital account will be credited by 75,000 as well. This will be contributed by Roma. This is called goodwill. Good. You don't have to write this. I'm just writing it to make it more clear. Okay. Moving on to the next point. Next adjustment in the question was next adjustment in the question says interest on capital to be provided at 10% per annum. Interest on capital. How much is the capital? Capital is 3 lakh, right? And we need to calculate 10% interest on this amount. So let's just do that as well. Interest on capital. We will write it here by interest on capital. Interest on capital at the rate 10% on 3 lakh. 3 lakh into 10%. For how many period? For the period of 6 months only, right? Starting from April, since Virat died on 1st of October, that means interest will be paid for the month of April, May, June, July, August, September, right? Only for 6 months. Oh, sorry, only for 5-month period. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So interest will be calculated for 5-month period only. 5 by 12. Calculate the interest. I think interest on capital will be, let me calculate.
$12,500. Hello, sir.
Hello, am I audible, everyone?
Oh, yes, sir, you're not. No, suddenly we can.
Am I audible, everyone, now? Alexander?
Yes, sir,
Krishna?
you're on.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so what I'm saying is, since in the third adjustment of the question says, profit for the year 2013-14 should be taken as having accrued at the same rate as that of the previous year. That means the profit of the current year is same as the profit of the previous year, and profit for the previous year was how much? It was 1,50,000. So we need to consider the same profit for the current year is same as the profit of the previous year. That means 1,50,000 for the current year as well as for the previous year. Okay. And in this profit, we need to calculate, we need to determine Viraj share. We need to find out the Viraj share in this profit. Okay. So let me show you how we will do that. And then we will transfer to the partners capital account, Viraj capital account. So working note number 3. This was second, and that now working note number 3. Calculation of share of profit for Viraj. Okay. So firstly, the profit of the firm is how much? It is 1,50,000. Profit of the firm into share of Viraj into number of month or the month of participation. Months of participation. So profit of the firm is already given 1,50,000. Share of the partner is 5 by 10, right? This is the share of the partner 5 by 10. And just a minute. Viraj died on 1st of October. So that means April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, so there are, we need to multiply it by 6 by 12. And I think we made a mistake in the calculation of interest on capital as well. Interest on capital is also to be calculated at 6%. Oh, sorry, 10% per annum for 6-month period. Since we survive for 6-month period in this year, 6 by 12. So that means this will be instead of 12,500, this will be 15,000. Now, I'm sorry. Everyone, please make this correction. 3 lakh into 10% into 6 by 12, that will be 15,000. Now we will calculate the share of profit. So this will multiply by 1,50,000 into 5 by 10 into 6 by 12. So multiplying it with just a minute, 1,50,000 into 5 divided by 10, 75,000. Then 75,000 multiplied by 6 divided by 12, we will get 37500. 37500. This is the profit. This is the profit. This is the share of Viraj in the profit of the firm. Now, can anybody please tell me the journal entry of profit? Anyone, please tell me the journal entry of the profit. How do we journalize the profit. The journal entry for profit will be, tell me anyone,
Sir,
profit and loss. Yes,
profit and loss suspense account
correct.
debit.
That's right. Profit and loss suspense account. Profit and loss suspense account debit. Why we are
Virat.
debiting profit and loss suspense account? Since he died at the middle of the year. So therefore, profit and loss suspense account will be debited. Suspense account debit 37,500 to Virat's capital account.
Virat's, yeah.
Virat's capital account. So that means we'll go to the Virat's capital account and write this value on the credit side of the Virat's capital account as P&L suspense account, profit and loss suspense account by profit and loss suspense account. How much? 37,500. Got it, everyone? Is this clear? Tell me if it is clear or not.
Yes, sir, it's clear. But sir, when do we use P&L appropriation account?
We will use P&L appropriation account when one of the partner is dying at the end of the year. That means exactly on the last working day of the business. That means let's suppose if accounting year starts from 1st of April and it ends on 31st of March. If partner is dying on 31st of March, then we will use P&L appropriation account debit. We will use P&L appropriation account. And otherwise, if partner is dying in between the accounting year, anywhere between the accounting year, in that situation we will be debiting P&L suspense account. Got it?
Okay, sir, understood.
Understood.
If any partner dying between the account. So
Yeah, any partner dying between the accounting period, within the accounting period, then P&L suspense account need to be debited. And if anyone is dying at the end of the year, that means exactly on 31st of March, then we will debit the P&L appropriation account.
okay.
Basically, if the accounts are prepared, see, if partner is dying, if one of the partner died after the formation of the books of account, generally books of account is made only after the 31st of March. So if any partner died after the closing, after the 31st of March, then books of account is prepared. And since the books of account is already prepared, then we can simply debit the P&L appropriation account. But the question is that when a partner dies within the accounting period, in that situation, we are yet to prepare the books of account. The books of account is not yet prepared. Even the P&L appropriation is not yet prepared. Then how can we debit P&L appropriation account? We can debit the P&L appropriation account only when P&L appropriation account is actually prepared. But the thing is that when a partner is dying within the accounting year, you cannot prepare the P&L appropriation, since P&L appropriation is to be prepared at the end of the year. So therefore, we cannot debit P&L appropriation account. We have to debit the P&L suspense account. I hope this makes sense. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Now we will total the debit side, since there are no values on the credit side. On the debit side, I'm sorry. On the debit side, we will simply total the credit side values. On the credit side, we have 3 lakh, 1,12,500 plus 75,000 plus 15,000 plus 37,500. This is 5,40,000. Okay. Now this entire amount, keep that in mind. Whenever a partner is dying and we need to prepare and we are preparing the partner's capital account, in that situation, the entire amount is transferred to the executor's account. We will transfer it to the executor's account. We will write it as to executor of Virat's account, to executor's account. Got it? 5,40,000. So who is an executor? Executor is a person appointed by the court. He is responsible He is responsible for finalizing the account of the deceased partner. So whatever the amount due toward the deceased partner is transferred to the executor's capital account. Executor's account. And after transferring it to the executor account, we need to pay pay the due amount to the executor only. Since the deceased partner is already dead, the partner is already dead, we cannot make payment to the deceased partner. Therefore, we have to pay. We have to any payment need to be paid. Any payment need to be made to the executor only, right? And therefore, we make an executor account. Anyways, in this question, we are not required to prepare executor account. So we'll understand how executor account is made in the in any other question. Right now, we were just required to make the Virat's capital account. I hope this is clear, everybody. Please note this down quickly. And anybody who want me to scroll up or down, do let me know.
Yes, sir.
Tell me if it is clear or not, all of you.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Aman, Ayan, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any specific segment of the solution you want me to scroll to? This is working note for the calculation of goodwill of the firm. Then we made a working note for the calculation of gaining share. Then we made a extra working note for the calculation of share of profit for Virat. This is it. 3 working notes was required. I hope it is quite clear. So, presuming that all of you have written this down, I'm moving to the next question.
Sir, can I see
Mhm.
the gaining share and also calculation of share of profit?
Please note this down quickly.
Sir, could you scroll down, please? Okay, done, sir. Thank you.
I think there was one more point in the question. It was regarding the reserve fund. We have made a mistake. I'm sorry. See, we have a reserve fund in the balance sheet as well, as you can see. Anybody, please tell me, how do we treat reserve fund? Reserve fund is a kind of profit. It is a part of profit. And there is no adjustment given in the question regarding the treatment of the reserve fund. That means we can simply distribute it among the partners. But since we are only preparing the T's capital account, sorry, not the T, the Virat's capital account, that means out of 60,000, some proportion of it need to be transferred to the Virat as well. So I think we missed this point. We have to adjust this as well in that solution. I'm sorry. See, we'll go back to the solution just a minute. Yeah. We will also write down by, if you have some space, you can enter it somewhere in the on the credit side of the partner's capital account, Virat's capital account. You will write it as by reserve fund. Reserve fund is how much? Reserve fund given in the question is 60,000. And this 60,000 need to be distributed among the partners in their old PSR. Old PSR for Virat is 5/10. So that means 30,000 need to be credited to the Virat's capital account as well. You have to do this correction. So instead of 5,40,000, it will be 5,70,000. It will be 5,70,000. I'm sorry. And on the debit side as well, we will have 5,70,000. Is it clear now, everyone? Alexander, Evan, Ayan, Mariam.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, can you scroll down? Scroll down to which part of the solution you want me to scroll to? Working note part, working note 1. Okay, just a minute. This is working note number 1. This is not the complete working note. This is the complete working note. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move to the next question. Next one is also pretty similar to this one. I'm sure that you will be able to solve it. Okay, so this is the question. I want all of you to try this question. In this question also, we have 3 partners, Shrish, Harit, Asha. Their profit sharing ratio is again 5:4:1. On the asset side, we have the plant and machinery, stock, debtor, cash. On the liability side, we have Shrish capital balance, Harish, Harit, and Asha. Profit for the year 2017-18 is also there, 80,000. Bills payable is there, 20,000. Share in the profit, sorry, according to partnership deed, in addition to deceased partner's capital account, his executor is entitled to. His executor will also be entitled to share in the profit in the year of death on the basis of average of last year's profit of the last year's profit. Profit for the last year was what, 60,000. Okay, so profit for the last year is 60,000. Goodwill of the firm was to be valued at 2 years purchase of average last 2 years profit. 2 years purchase and average last 2 years profit. Prepare Shri's capital account to be presented to his executor. Okay, so in this question also we need to prepare Shri's capital account only. I mean the deceased partner's capital account only. All right, so I'm giving you 10 minutes to solve this question. Let me know the answer, everybody. Just tell me if anyone having any doubt, any problem.
So first we have to calculate the average profit for 2 years, right?
First, we have to
Calculate the average profit for
average profit. Average profit is already there, na?
no, I mean first you have to calculate the goodwill.
Yeah, you will
Yeah.
have to calculate the goodwill
Okay.
of the deceased part. Anyone having any problem? All right, everyone. See, in this question, the first adjustment says share in the profit in the year of death on the basis of average profit of the last 2 years profit for the year 2016 was 60,000. Okay, so we need to calculate average profit of the last 2 years, and on the basis of that we will have to calculate Shiri's share in the profit. All right. So first of all, let me show you how we will calculate the average profit. See, first of all, we'll prepare the Shirish capital account and write down that opening balance of the Shirish, that is by balance BD 1 lakh. And then to determine the share in the profit, we have to prepare the working note. Working note number 1. Calculation of share
Calculation.
calculation of Harish share. In profit. You can also do the calculation of goodwill, but I'm right now just calculating the value of the share in the profit. So first of all, we'll have to determine the average profit of the last 2 years. So for determining the average profit of last 2 years, this is how average profit will be calculated. Profit of the year 2016-17, profit of the year 2016-17, and then we will take the profit of the year 2017-18, profit of 2016-17 plus the profit of 2017-18, divide this by 2, right? 2 years to get the average profit of the last 2 years. So profit of the 2016-17 is 60,000, and for the year 2017-18 is it was 80,000, I guess. Yeah, that is given in the question now already. 80,000. You are able to see this. 80,000. 80,000 divided by 2. So that means the average profit of the firm is 70,000. Right? Average profit of the firm is 70,000. Everybody, this calculation is clear to all of you. Average profit of the firm is 70,000, and to calculate Shirish share in the profit, what we will do, Shirish share in profit. We will apply this formula. Total profit of the firm multiplying with the Shirish share, then with the number of months participated, Shirish participated, divided by 12. So total profit is 70,000. Total profit of the firm is 70,000. Average profit of the firm is 70,000. Then Shirish share is Shirish share was, let me check. It was 5:4:1. That means Shirish share was 5/10. So 5/10. And Shirish died on what date he died? He died on 30th of June. That means he participated only for 2 months, April, May, and June. Yeah, for 3 months. Since he died on the last day of the June. So 3 by 12. So let's just calculate it. 70,000 into 5 by 10, right? Into 3 by 12. So this is 87500. 87500. Tell me, everybody, is this calculation clear to all of you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Everyone, this is clear, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So we'll go to the Shirish capital account and write it here by profit and loss suspense account. Why suspense account? Because this is for the same year in which he died, and the accounts are not yet prepared. So therefore, instead of debiting the P&L appropriation account, we have debited the P&L suspense account, and that is what we will write in the Shirish capital account as well. By P&L suspense account 8750. Got it, everyone? Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about the valuation of the goodwill. The second adjustment was regarding the goodwill, calculation of goodwill. Goodwill of the firm was to be valued at 2 years purchase of the average profit of the last 2 years. Okay. So average profit of the last 2 years has to be taken into consideration that we already calculated. We just calculated average profit of the last 2 years, right? Average profit of the last 2 years is 70,000, and the number of year purchase is to be taken as 2 years. Okay. So I think we can calculate the goodwill of the firm. Just a minute. Let's prepare working note number 2, calculation of goodwill. Working note number 2. Calculation of goodwill of the. So goodwill has to be calculated by average profit method. So goodwill equals to average profit of the firm multiplied with the number of years purchased multiplied with the average profit is 70,000, and number of year purchase is how much? 2 years. So total goodwill of the firm is 1,40,000. Right, everyone? This is the goodwill of the firm. Is it clear to all of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will find out the Shirish share in the goodwill. So to determine the Shirish share of goodwill, Shirish share in goodwill equals to, how do we find that? We will simply multiply goodwill of the firm, goodwill of the firm, multiply with the number of, multiply with the Shirish share. So 1,40,000, right, everyone? Multiplied with the Shirish was partner for 5 by 10 share. So that means Shirish share in the goodwill will be 70,000. Got it? Is this clear? Yes or no? Goodwill of the firm was 1,40,000. Shirish share of goodwill is 70,000. Now this 70,000 has to be contributed by the remaining partners in their gaining ratio, right? So again, in this question, the new PSR is not there. That means new PSR will be 4:1, since Shirish is dead. So the remaining partner will be sharing the profits in the ratio of 4:1. That will also be considered as their gaining ratio, 4:1 only. So this need to be shared between the remaining partner, that is Harish and Asha, in their gaining ratio. So Harish will give 70,000 into 4/5, and Asha will give how much? 70,000 into 1/5. Got it, everyone? Is this calculation clear to all of you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
It's clear. 56,000 and remaining 14,000 will have to be contributed by Asha. Now we will go to the partner's capital account and write these values, 56,000, 14,000 in the deceased partner's capital account, Shirish's capital account. That means by name was Harish's capital account or Harish account, 56,000, and by Asha account 14,000. So how did we get these values? This is by working note number 2, and this is from working note number 2 as well, and this value we have got from working note number 1. I hope this point is clear, everyone.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Now coming back to the question, we are done with the adjustments. Both the adjustments are dealt with. Now we will come back to the balance sheet. On the credit side, you can see there is a profit lying in the balance sheet as well, right? We have a profit in the balance sheet as well. Now see, this is the profit for the last year. This is the last year's profit that need to be distributed among all the partners. That means deceased partner will also get the share out of this profit. Now the thing is that when we will divide, when we will distribute this profit, whether P&L suspense account will be debited or the P&L appropriation account will be debited. Tell me. Just tell me whether this profit is calculated. This profit is calculated after the formation of the books of account, or this is before the formation of the books of account. Sir, this is the profit calculated after the formation of the books of account of the last year. So that means since the books of account is already prepared and this profit belongs to the previous year, not the same year in which the partner is dying. Therefore, this profit, when we will distribute this profit, we will have to debit the P&L appropriation account, not the suspense account. Since this profit does not belong to the same year in which partner is dying. All right. So that means we'll go to the partner's capital account and we'll write it as by profit and loss appropriation account. So out of 80,000 of profit, 5/10 will be transferred to Shirish. That means 40,000. Got it, everyone? Is this clear? Yes or no? Any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So I think I have recorded all the values. We have treated all the adjustments. Everything is dealt with. I don't think any item is left to be treated. Okay. Now we can simply total the Shirish capital account. Let's total it. Total of Shirish capital account will be on the credit side. We will get 1 lakh plus 8750 plus 56,000 plus 14,000 plus 40,000. So sum total of it will be 2,18,750. 2,18,750. All right. Now, since there are no other value on the debit side, so the entire amount can be transferred to, tell me, to which account we will be transferring this 2,18,750? Tell me quickly. 2,18,750 will be transferred to which account? Cash account, bank account, or the executor's account?
Executor account.
Correct. To executor's account. Okay. So this is the correct solution of this. Everybody clear? Aman,
Yes, sir.
is this clear to you? Ayan, Pranav, Eben,
Yes, sir.
anybody having any doubt? Mariam, anybody want to ask anything?
No, sir.
No doubt. Noted, everyone. Anybody want me to scroll up or down?
Yes, sir. Noted.
Noted. All right then. So let me check if I have any question available to give you as homework. We did this question and let me check. Yeah, okay. So please take the screenshot of this question. This will be your homework. This is similar to the question that we just discussed. Done? Done with the screenshot, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just a minute, let me read this. Okay. I think you won't be able to solve this question. I'll have to solve it for you in the next class. So I don't think I have any other question for you as of now. Let me check. Okay, also take the screenshot of this question. Just give it a try. However, this question is a little difficult comparing with the question that we discussed today, but not very much difficult. You need to prepare the deceased partner's capital account as well. In this case also, the partner who died, you need to prepare the Naman's capital account. So this one is similar to the questions that we discussed today, but this is a little difficult as compared to the question that we have discussed. Okay, so these two questions will be your homework. Okay. Anybody having any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will be ending this session now. Anybody want to ask anything? Any doubts?
Sir, for
Mhm.
my exam, sir, we finished the portion, but retiring partner's loan account we need to learn.
Retiring partner loan account. Okay. All right. So in that case, I think we'll have to arrange an extra class for you.
Okay,
When
sir.
is your exam due?
Sir, October 10th, it's beginning. I don't know when exactly accountancy test is.
Okay. So all right. I'll try to schedule a class this Friday. And by chance, if I'm not able to schedule the class on this Friday, then I'll somehow manage. I'll somehow try to schedule a class in the next week, an extra class for you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, also, could we do some revision on the past chapters also before the exam?
You want me to do the revision in the regular batch, or you
No,
want
no,
some?
extra class.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that as well.
Okay.
I'll inform you about the timing. So, all right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. So this is it for today's class. Thank you so much. Just a request. Make sure you revise everything before attending the next class, because the question that we'll be discussing in the next class is a little difficult comparing with the questions that we discussed today. So make sure you revise everything before attending the next class. All right. So this is it. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next class. Till then,